Welcome, dear viewers, to a place where the shadows grow long even before the sun begins to set. A place where the air itself feels heavy with unspoken secrets, and the crunch of fresh snow underfoot might be the last sound you ever hear. This is a place where we gather to explore the chilling unknown. Tonight we journey into the heart of winter's icy grip to unravel three bone-chilling tales of mysterious disappearances in snowy forests. These are stories whispered around flickering campfires, stories that send shivers down your spine and make you question the darkness lurking just beyond the light. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a journey into the darkness. Our first descent takes us deep into the frosted wilderness of the Alaskan backcountry, where towering pines stand sentinel over a story that has haunted locals for decades. It's the story of a seasoned hiker, a man named Robert Avery, who vanished without a trace, leaving behind nothing but an unnerving trail of footprints in the pristine snow. Imagine, if you will, a landscape so vast, so unforgiving, that even the midday sun struggles to penetrate the dense canopy above. It was here in this unforgiving expanse that Robert Avery, an experienced outdoorsman, embarked on what should have been a routine solo hike. He was well prepared for the elements, equipped with all the gear a seasoned hiker could need, his backpack filled with supplies enough for days in the wilderness. He set off on a crisp, clear morning, the air biting with the promise of snow. As he ventured deeper into the woods, the familiar sounds of civilization faded into an unsettling silence, broken only by the crunch of his boots on the frozen ground. He followed a well-marked trail, a path he'd traversed many times before. But as the sun began its descent, casting long, eerie shadows through the trees, something went terribly wrong. The once familiar trail seemed to disappear, swallowed by the encroaching darkness and the swirling snow that began to fall. Robert Avery, despite his years of experience, found himself disoriented, lost in a labyrinth of frosted pines and treacherous slopes. Search parties were swiftly assembled, their determination fueled by a mix of hope and growing dread. They scoured the area, their flashlights cutting through the darkness, their voices calling out Robert's name into the unforgiving cold. Days turned into nights, and the pristine snow, once so inviting, transformed into a chilling reminder of the mystery it held. And then a discovery, one that deepened the mystery rather than solved it. A string of Robert's footprints, clear and undisturbed, leading to the edge of a frozen lake. But there the trail ended. There were no signs of struggle, no indication of what might have become of the experienced hiker. The footprints simply stopped, as if he had vanished into thin air. Theories abounded, each more unsettling than the last. Had he fallen victim to the treacherous terrain, swallowed by a hidden crevice or a sudden avalanche? Or had something more sinister, something lurking in the shadows of the forest, claimed him as its own? The mystery of Robert Avery's disappearance continues to haunt the region to this day, a chilling reminder that even in the most familiar of landscapes, darkness can hold secrets we may never fully unravel. Our next tale takes us to the heart of Yosemite National Park, a place of breathtaking beauty and chilling mystery. It's here, amidst the towering redwoods and snow-dusted meadows, that a group of friends embarked on a camping trip, a trip from which they would never return. Imagine, if you will, the excitement, the camaraderie of friends setting off into the wilderness, the crackle of the campfire, the shared stories and laughter echoing through the trees. It was a scene of pure joy, a moment frozen in time just before the darkness descended. There were 4 of them in all, each with their own dreams, their own aspirations, their lives intertwined by the bonds of friendship. They arrived at their chosen campsite as the sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. They pitched their tents, their laughter mingling with the gentle whisper of the wind through the trees. As darkness enveloped the forest, they gathered around the crackling fire, sharing stories and jokes, their faces illuminated by the warm glow of the flames. But as the night deepened, so too did the silence. The laughter faded, the stories ceased, and an unnatural stillness settled over the campsite. The next morning, when the first rays of dawn pierced through the canopy, a chilling discovery was made. The campsite was deserted. The tents stood undisturbed, their zippers still tightly sealed. The campfire had burned down to embers, but the friends were nowhere to be found. A search party was quickly assembled, their initial hope giving way to a growing sense of unease as they scoured the surrounding woods. They called out the names of the missing friends, their voices echoing through the silent trees, but the forest offered no reply. Days turned into weeks, and still there was no sign of the missing campers. The mystery deepened with each passing hour, the silence of the forest amplifying the growing fear. What had become of them? Had they wandered off, disoriented in the darkness? Or had something more sinister, something lurking in the shadows of the forest, taken them? Theories abounded, ranging from animal attacks to sudden blizzards to even more unsettling possibilities. Some whispered of ancient legends, of spirits that roamed the woods, claiming unsuspecting souls as their own. But the truth, like the missing campers, remained elusive. The case of the lost campers became a haunting reminder of the power of the unknown, a chilling testament to the fact that even in the most beautiful of places, darkness can lurk just beneath the surface, waiting to claim the unsuspecting. Chapter 3. The Phantom Skier. Our final descent takes us to the slopes of the Swiss Alps, where towering peaks cast long, ominous shadows across a landscape of pristine snow and icy silence. It's here, in this winter wonderland, that a skilled skier vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a chilling enigma. Picture this, a young woman, her laughter echoing across the slopes as she carves her way down the mountain. Her name was Anya, and she was known for her skill, her fearlessness on the slopes. On that fateful day, Anya decided to tackle one of the mountain's most challenging trails, a winding path known as the Devil's Spine, a name whispered among skiers with a mix of respect and apprehension. As Anya set off, the sun glinted off the pristine snow, and the air was crisp and clear, the silence broken only by the rhythmic swish of her skis. She moved with her usual grace, her body a blur of motion as she navigated the treacherous turns and steep inclines. She was alone, but she knew this mountain like the back of her hand, or so she thought. As the sun began its descent, casting long, eerie shadows across the slopes, a strange silence settled over the mountain. Anya, who was usually a beacon of energy and laughter, had not returned to the lodge. The Devil's Spine was a challenging trail, and it was not uncommon for skiers to take their time to savor the experience. But as darkness descended and Anya still hadn't appeared, a sense of unease began to creep in. A search party was quickly assembled, their headlamps cutting through the growing darkness as they retraced Anya's intended route. They called out her name, their voices echoing eerily through the silent trees, but the mountain offered no reply. And then a discovery that sent chills down their spines. Anya's ski poles planted firmly in the snow, marking the edge of a steep precipice. But there was no sign of Anya herself. The search continued through the night, fueled by a mix of hope and growing dread. But as the hours turned into days and still there was no sign of the missing skier, the grim reality began to set in. The mountain had claimed another victim. Theories abounded, each more unsettling than the last. Had Anya lost her footing and plunged into the abyss? Or had something more sinister, something lurking in the shadows of the mountain, taken her? Some whispered of ancient legends, of mountain spirits that claimed the souls of those foolish enough to challenge their domain. Others spoke of avalanches, of hidden crevices, of the mountain's unpredictable and unforgiving nature. But the truth, like Anya herself, remained lost in the icy silence of the Swiss Alps. The mystery of her disappearance continues to haunt the region to this day, a chilling reminder that even in the most beautiful of landscapes, darkness can lurk just around the bend, waiting to claim the unsuspecting. Thank you for joining us tonight, dear viewers, as we ventured into the chilling depths of these snowy forests. The mysteries we've explored tonight serve as chilling reminders that even in the most beautiful and serene landscapes, darkness can lurk just beneath the surface. If you enjoyed these tales of the unexplained, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your fellow thrill seekers. Let us know in the comments which story sent the coldest shivers down your spine. And tell us about any chilling encounters you've had with the unknown. Until next time, remember, sometimes the most terrifying stories are the ones that remain unsolved, the ones that leave us questioning the darkness that lies just beyond our understanding.